As you might remember, we left off from the last episode with this not so wonderful ticking noise. If you suspected something might be wrong, you suspected correctly. I had begun to notice something early on in our trip as it became increasingly louder and louder, and we knew it wasn't good. I then immediately suspected a rocker arm based on the noise, but frankly I was in denial since the engine only has about 56,000 miles. With that being said, I'll save you some suspense. Doing just a little bit of research, this is apparently the dreaded pentastar tick. This is caused by a purported design flaw that results in slight overheating on the left side of the engine and causes premature wear on components such as rocker arms, lifters, etc. Our result? We got to replace all the rocker arms and lifters, and because the rocker arms failed, it damaged one of the camshafts. So we got a new one of those too. Needless to say, we are very unhappy and will most likely be looking to replace the entire engine before it happens again. I'm thinking a good old 350 with some fuel injection maybe? I don't know. Who knows what the future holds. If you've ever been to Colorado and explored the mountain roads, you know that Colorado is filled with thousands of old amazing mines, homesteads, and ghost towns. Nestled high up in the San Juan Mountains at 11,200 feet, the old ghost mining town of Animas Forks still gets plenty of visitors, as we quickly found out. These first cabins were built here in 1873, near where three creeks merged and was originally called Three Forks of Animas, before being shortened to just Animas Forks. Today, it's a well-known attraction at the bottom of California Gulch on Animas Pass. By 1876, Animas Forks was a bustling mining town with 30 cabins, a hotel, a saloon, post office, general store, and, get this, even a local newspaper, the Animas Forks Pioneer. By 1883, roughly 450 people occupied this remote mining town, but by 1910, all mining had ceased, and by 1920, it was a ghost town.
Gustafsson. 1907.
As we walk through the various buildings, it's always amazing to see the history that's left behind and to imagine what it would have been like so long ago. In many respects, it was a simpler time, but to me that means you worked a hell of a lot harder for a lot less reward. Unless you struck it rich, of course.
Found this one as insulation. That's pretty neat. This was the outhouse back there. Oh, sure enough. Huh. You don't? Or maybe this is the original glass. Oops, hi. Excuse me. Nice little porch. Oh yeah. In case I haven't said, we're at Animas Fork. Huh? Huh? At the bottom of Cinnamon Pass, California Gulch, and Engineering Pass. Lots of mining, lots of history here. So pretty.
11,000 feet, damn.
You see the peppers?
Standing. Oh, the rat poop.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. Matt's house. Hey, puppy.
Later. Come on. Come.
After departing Animas Forks, we continued through California Gulch and made our way over to California, Hurricane, and Corkscrew Passes towards the Red Mountains. If you're not familiar with the Red Mountains, you've probably seen them before and not even known it. They are a set of 3 peaks located in the San Juan Mountains, and as the name implies, they are red in color due to the rich deposits of iron ore that cover the surface. And as you'll see, they are some of the most unique mountains in Colorado, at least in my opinion. As we continued on through Chapman Gulch and onto Ophir, we traveled north on Highway 145 to a small shelf road that took us to Alta Lakes. Alta Lakes is happily nestled up in the San Juan Mountains at 11,300 feet underneath the 13,000-foot Palmyra and Silver Peaks. Alta Lakes is made up of 3 bodies of water that include the Lower Alta Lake, which you see here, Upper Alta Lake, and, quote, the third lake. I guess maybe they were tired of lake naming that day? Who knows?
God, they're jumping everywhere. Wishing we had brought our fishing gear. They're just little guys, but still, it would have been fun. Oh well, there's only so many things and so much space. No regrets. We have had an awesome trip so far and got to do so much. This is Alta Lake. Past Ophir Pass, and then at 550 or 145, I think, to the Alta Lakes Gold King Basin road. Pretty amazing, guys. We were on the other side in King Basin, like I said, the Gold King Basin, doing videos with the drone. And Ryan flew over this area with the drone too. Here he is.
Whoa.
Scared you, huh? What do you think? I don't know. Magic. FM. So many fishes jumping, honey. So many fishes. He's on our line.
In 1887, Olaf Nelson, also known as the Mighty Swede, staked a claim in what is now known as Gold Creek Basin for one of the largest gold and silver deposits in the area. Unfortunately, he soon died before developing the site, and it eventually became the property of the Gold King Company, which also built and owned Gold Creek Mill in nearby Animas Forks. These mines yielded more than 700,000 tons of gold and silver, but eventually ceased operation in 1922, along with 23,000 other abandoned mines peppering the Colorado landscape. Like many abandoned mines, water from beneath the site flowed through the unearthed ground and pulled with it heavy metals that flowed into nearby streams. To avoid the looming prospect of becoming a Superfund site, the Sunnyside Gold Corporation agreed to assist the EPA in blocking the flow of contaminated water from the mine entrance with a massive concrete plug or bulkhead. Unfortunately, the plan failed and only made things worse. This ultimately led to the Gold Creek mine disaster in 2015. This ended up spilling toxic water into the Animas watershed and wreaking havoc all the way down to Navajo lands.
wowies. It's all good. Little bells. Oh, here. Those are cool. So we're just talking about this cable here. There's the Friends. That's where it, we're afraid, or came apart, part of it. That went up to that mine up there that we were looking at. And if you come back this way, there's the other end. But here's where it was all coupled together. It's really cool. And there's one of the long, I don't know what the long pieces are, the solid pieces. Maybe that's what the carts hung from? I don't know.
This is threaded on it.
Threaded. So that's probably what the carts actually hung from, off of the wire. And there's a great big huge U-joint that tied the two pieces together. And they've got them all, you know, you can see coupled together all the way through. This one too.
Tempted to run the drone back up through there.
Yeah, I know. There's the other one, another one. Big U-joint, or whatever you call them. And it's all looped together there. And then it, you know, continues on. And then looped over there. So my thought is that when they actually cut the wire or frayed from up there, and that first, I don't know if you can see it, this one up here, that looks like it's probably the wheelhouse, and this looks like it's probably the mine. So when they cut that, it all slacked back down to here. That's how much tension it was under. Pretty cool. Anyway, I guess we're gonna fly back up there again. We didn't look too close at the mine one. We did look at the what was probably the wheelhouse or whatever. Took the iron ore and carts down. So I'm calling it the wheelhouse. I don't know if that's the correct term or not. Anyway, there we go. See ya.